hates us, we're doing the right thing. See, they're seeking approval from the world. That's why in that RT conference, they were making sure that
they were being politically PC, politically correct.
Politically correct. And when he was asked his name, he made sure that the guy, the cracker, asked him, well, "What's your name?" He started writing it down. That's Kanai. That's K-A-N-I. You saw that? That's K-A-N-I.
I would have said, "Don't worry about my name."
Yeah, I said, "What the hell is my name got to do with it?"
Just worry about the Most High going to destroy this place.
Yeah, let me throw a name at you. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy you.
Like when Tucker Carlson came down, I basically said, "Look," I said, "the bottom line is this." Because we were talking back and forth. I said, "The bottom line is this: all the white people are going into slavery."
Right.
And when he said, "How am I going into slavery?"
Right.
You know?
Something you did not say tonight when that devil was in your face. But you're going to make sure you give him your name. Yeah, that's K, like Fred Sanford. That's F-O-R, period. That's K-A-N-I, period. Like Fred Sanford. You know, when they would ask him, he would look at F-R-E-D-S-A-F-O-R-D, period. Fritz. No, man, go ahead.
I've given them.
Look, you guys are joking. IUIC, you're a joke. Go ahead.
I have given them that word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as
we're not of the world. Definitely not of the world. Not of this world. This is so-called white man's world. The so-called white man, this is his world. Right? This is his world. He prospers in this world because this is his world. See, in our world, he's going to be a slave. He's going to be a nobody. I'm talking about the so-called white man. They're going to be nobodies in our kingdom. They're going to be slaves, man, beginning with their elites. Starting with the Rothschilds all the way down.
Psalm 149, they're the only ones that's going to go in slavery.
Yeah.
They're not going to taste of the missiles.
Oh, no.
They're going to get away from the missiles. They're going to be in a neutral place or be out of space somewhere.
Yep.
And then when reality hits in, they're going to lose all that riches, all them trillions, hundreds of trillions of dollars that they possess.
Yep.
Everything going to be transferred to us, man. Isn't that something, man?
Yep.
You're the richest family on the earth. And then you're going to become the poorest family on the earth, man.
That's right.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Transfer, man.
1 hour. Yeah, well, that's right.
And they know it.
That's right.
They know.
In 1 hour, that's right. It says in 1 hour, so many great riches were brought to know. You Rothschilds.
Matter of fact, go to that. We haven't been to that. Revelation 18. We can start from the top.
As a matter of
That's
fact,
a good way to end it, man.
As a matter of fact, you Rothschilds, your real name was Bauer before you change your name to Rothschild. Bauer means peasant.
Peasant, servant.
Servant. So you're going to slave. So you're going to go back to being a Bauer, being a peasant, being a servant.
Revelation 18:1. And after these things,
That's Norman. Go ahead, bro.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
That's talking about America.
It's fallen, and it's become the habitation of devils.
Now, back then, that Ariel used to teach that's talking about the so-called white man who's now invaded America.
Then when he came in and he pushed the Indians out,
Right.
of every foul and hateful word, that's faggots and lesbians and freaks. They ain't talking about that. That's talking about after the missiles destroy, after America becomes a mushroom cloud.
That's exactly right.
Okay? So you're saying that we're changing the doctrine? No, we went over it and we saw that Ariel went off. It says in Job, great men are not always wise.
That's right. Yeah, there was many things Ariel was on point, but there was certain
Because he
things.
wasn't given to one man.
That's exactly right. There's certain things Ariel taught that was accurate. And the Most High demands perfection. Right? Scripture says be perfect.
And the Most High is dealing with prophets, not a prophet.
Not a prophet. That's the point right there. Go ahead.
in the hold of every foul spirit, in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Just like Apostle Torah said. Now, you know, if you want to understand that further, you go to Isaiah, the 34th chapter. And it gives you an example of the unclean spirits and the wild birds that's going to dwell right here in America. I'll give you a name it, the cormorant. Now, when you look up cormorant, that's like a bird, a filthy bird. It's kind of like the eagle, right?
Can I read this out?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah. Matter of fact, you can read it out. Isaiah 34, 16 to 17. That right there shows you that this is not given to one man.
Right.
Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
It's not the Ma'at. It's not the 42 negative confession of Ma'at. It's not the Quran. All right? It's not them books that Yeshua go into. It's the Bible, the scriptures.
That's right.
None shall want her mate.
You can't make this book or any other book. This book stands alone, man. You know, and the Apocrypha is part of the Bible, right?
Like you got E-Man Bashir, right? We've been getting on them guys and black conscious guys so much that we say, well, where's it in your books that you have? Where's it prophesied that America went to America, blah blah blah? So they asked son Nettie, you know, he jumped on that bandwagon. So he asked E-Man Bashir, right? And then Bob Bashir opened up the Quran, and before he broke it down, he was reading it in Arabic. And the dude's a nigga born in America, and then he reads it in English, and he ain't broke down shit.
And that's why we tell you about that black conscience movement. Who's going to destroy that shit?
No, he believe in shit that he believe in, that Islamic shit. If you ain't got no teeth in your mouth and your fucking ass is morbidly obese, then you something wrong with you, man. That Quran ain't helping your ass.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
But my mouth
You look like a hot face.
Go ahead.
He's the mom's.
Yeah, he's Mom's Maybelline. He's
Mom's
fucking
Maybelline.
Mom's Maybelline, man.
You look just like Mom's Maybelline. Go ahead, brother.
But my mouth
Mom's
asked
Maybelline didn't have no teeth.
She was morbidly obese.
And she was morbidly obese. Go ahead.
For my mouth they have commanded, and his spirit they have gathered them.
In the words, you got a lot of people that ask, no, they'll say, they'll make statements like, man wrote that Bible. You err not knowing the scripture, man. It says his spirit that have gathered what? The words that are written in this book. Go ahead.
And he had cast the lot for them, and his hand had divided unto them by line.
Them. Like
That means he gave some to you, he gave some to you, he gave some to you. All right, that's why Isaiah only has so many books.
Right.
I mean, the book of Isaiah has so many chapters. The book of Jeremiah has so many chapters. Lamentation is part of the book of Jeremiah. All right? You got the book of Baruch. You got the book of 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. Paul got a lot of books, letters that he wrote.
Right.
Obadiah had one chapter, one book. Jude, very important. Jude only had one book.
And that's very important.
Exactly.
Hey, just like the body. You know, the body, you got pinky fingers. You can't have the attitude, I don't need a pinky finger. Because if you didn't have a pinky finger, it would be very kind of difficult to grab this correctly. You'd be grabbing it all
You can grab it, but you're going to have some difficulty grabbing
you have some difficulty. So every part of the body is firmly needed. Okay? And that cuts, these doctors telling you don't need your appendix. You need your appendix. Your appendix, when it gets inflamed, that's the first sign that there's trouble in the body. But the white man tell you, oh, you don't have an appendix.
You know, you cut the shit off when most I get it, man.
Because the so-called white man's a devil. Go ahead.
They shall possess it forever, from generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
Yeah, they shall possess it forever. And that cuts that. At one time, the school
We still got this book.
still got the book. Hey, at one time, the school had a doctrine that the white man had to hold the Bible for us. You know,
Now that's that Cornelius. That was to explain that Cornelius was an Edomite. Cornelius was not an Edomite, man.
and we just read.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry, brother. We just read that they shall possess it forever. So we'll always have the word. We'll always
We got it now.
Right.
2,000 years later, right?
That's right.
The last book that was written was the book of Revelation,
right.
and that was around 100 AD.
That's right.
100 AD.
Yeah, so. No, more by both down. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
So after America is destroyed, you're going to have all these wild birds, these wild desert creatures that's going to be here.
And you know what? That goes hand in hand with what we just read in Isaiah 34.
That's right.
Go back to it.
Isaiah 34 and 14. And thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles.
That's after America is destroyed.
Wild bushes.
All right?
Yeah, because
It's going to
America.
become a desert. The only animal that's going to be there is desert creatures.
Desert creatures.
That are designed to live in the desert.
That's right. And that's after America burns for a while, because America's going to burn for a
Oh, it's
long
going to be a while before that. You know how long it took when the World Trade Center went down? I remember when it happened, man. We passed by for months. The smoke coming up. For months.
That's right. Same thing with Sodom and Gomorrah. It tells you our forefather Abraham arose early morning and saw the smoke coming from Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's going to be the same thing with America. Same smoke, right? America's, man. Then you're going to have something called a nuclear winter, because when the missiles explode, the ash and soot is going to block out the sun. So America's not going to see the sun for a season. This place called
So
America.
we're going to be in a neutral place. And we're not going to be, nobody's going to be on the soils of America no more.
No.
No man, only desert type creatures. Man.
Creatures. Because man won't be able to live there. Right?
That's gonna be the real deal. When that actually happens, man, that's a major, of all the things that the Most High did, and he recorded in the scriptures, America being destroyed, that's gonna be like the most major thing that can happen, man. That's truly the we call that that's truly the
Magnum opus.
great work. That's great work. Yep.
Yeah, it's magnum opus.
Because when Egypt went down, that was terrible, man. But that ain't nothing compared to what America, man. This is a major thing, and that's why a lot of these elite people can't believe it, because it's so far-fetched. That's why a lot of people laugh, and we got to start pushing that. We got to keep pushing about the nuclear holocaust, America being destroyed, the white man going to slavery. All right, we got to keep pushing that. The UFO. All right, we got to keep pushing that America is going to be destroyed.
Yeah. Which is, like I said, when you watch the RT conference, Kanai never mentioned that. There was not one.
Just like a regular community leader, man.
You guys
You should have just, you had your big opportunity. I said, first of all, that ain't nothing, man died, blah, 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 he committed sin, blah, blah, blah. Look, America, this is going to lead to race riots, the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, and thermonuclear war. All right, America's getting ready to go down. All right, people are waking up to your bullshit, man. That's why people are protesting now. America's going down, okay?
All that you could have said, and you blew it.
And you white people are going into slavery. Hey, I told Chuck, bottom line is you going into slavery.
Yeah.
Well, why am I going into slavery?
And that's why they wouldn't come to us, the media, because they already know the deal, man.
Chuck is stuck down. Because I said, aren't you one of them newsmen? He said, no.
Right. See, the media, they already know the deal with Great Milton. You know, they know which is wrong. Right? You're not pussycats like you are UIC. You guys are pussycats.
Well, like you said, you keep saying they're PC.
Right, PC.
They're politically correct Israelites.
Which that's why, now I understand why Paul said, but they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Because you're certainly not the Israel of the Most High. Galatians 6 and 16. Right? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 34 and 11. But the pomegranate and the bitter possess it.
There you go. There you go.
The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion.
You know what that means? That means you won't know where one state ends and where one state begins. So like now,
One big, large desert.
one big large desert. Like now you can know where New York ends, or where Jersey begins, or where Philadelphia ends. Rhode Island. Right. So also
Massachusetts.
because when you look, we know we've gone up to Massachusetts plenty of times. When you get to Massachusetts, there's a sign that says "Welcome to Massachusetts," right at the borderline. But when this happens, you won't have that. It'll just be one big vast desert. There won't be no sign saying "Welcome to this" or "Welcome to that." All right? Go ahead.
And the stones of emptiness.
The stone is going to be empty. The stones of emptiness means just that. One big vast empty land.
They shall call the nobles thereof. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there. And all princes shall be nothing.
All the princes shall be nothing.
There's not going to be no rulership.
That's right. No government. Right?
Hey, that's it on that. Go to Isaiah 14 and start from the top. That's another, you know.
That's right.
Those are the scriptures we want to be hitting, man.
Those are scriptures.
The end of this man's society.
Well, as prophets, we're supposed to be prophesying America's downfall, America's destruction. All right? That's the main message, man. The destruction of America, destruction of this place. And a lot of these people that you see walking by, a lot of these people are going to die in this destruction. They're going to die in this destruction. America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Thus saith the Heavenly Father. And you're going to see it. You're going to see it in your lifetime. You're going to see America's destruction. Right.
Oh, well, he might be a Jake. The way he's shaking his head. He's like, I'm with that. He said, I'm with that.
You got some people out there that
Said I'm with that.
they're with America being destroyed. Because they know America's a vile, wicked place, man. It's a vile, wicked place. And God is going to make an example out of this place. Go ahead, bro. Hey, because that's our lot, man. You know, you got these singers in Hollywood, these singers, you got these actors in Hollywood. They do what they do, you know why? Because that's their lot. See, this is our lot, right?
That's why we haven't took no breaks. You're shy of.
You know, this is our lot. What else can we do? You know, you ain't gonna see us in no fucking 9-to-5 office job, man. Wearing some
They said we ain't got jobs with bummites. First of all, Nate, you should be the last one to talk, you fucking asshole. You don't even go out on the highways and the byways, man. So are you doing the will of the Lord? Are you doing the will of the Lord? And if you say yeah, tell me what the will of the Lord is. Because you ain't doing what your men are doing, man. The will of the Lord is to go out on the highways and the hedges and preach this word, man. Not get to a high position and let your men do it, man.
And we got jobs, but the jobs we got reflect what we do. Like some of us are carpenters. A carpenter, you can go out there and do your hard day's work, and that's it. But when you have those office jobs, you get involved in that shit, man. You know, you got to show up to the office party. You got to show up to
the thing with Nate, he's trying to be this great guy, the top Israelite, you know, mainstream Israelite group where people can, white man, respect him. Look, man, all that shit is coming down, man. Most High broke your shit up before, and he's gonna break it up again, man.
Yeah, he's gonna break it up, man. Because first of all, IUIC, the Lord's name is not Christ. So you're offering a thing that's corrupt before the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right?
You are getting angry with him.
Right? IUIC. You're offering a thing that's corrupt. Right?
Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Yeah, we're going back to the land of Israel. That's our land. Not no goddamn Africa. We're not African. As a a matter of fact, the Africans, the real Africans, sold us into slavery. It was a slave trade. It was the real Africans that got together with the Arabs and sold us into slavery to the so-called white man. So the Africans are just as much our enemy as the so-called white man is. And by the way,